My name is Susan, and 4 years ago I decided I wanted to start a homestead. It's something I've always wanted to do. I've been thinking about for a while actually, and I really enjoy watching the show Homestead Rescue with Marty Rainey, and I got a lot of great ideas from that. And I said, I really want to do that. I want to live sustainably, mainly because, you know, I don't know what's going on in our food supply, and if I grew it myself, I would know what's going in my food supply. So, I really want to do that. I really wanted to homestead. So I started on this journey, and what I did is I did a lot of research, and I decided I wanted to go to the southeast because right now I live in California, and California is very expensive, and there's also a lot of taxes and unnecessary taxes, I think. So, and I have a lot of family in the southeast, so I decided that's where I'm going to go. So I narrowed it down to 3 states: Kentucky, Tennessee, and South Carolina. And then I started doing some more research from there. I looked at weather patterns, geography, topography, storm patterns, soil composition. I looked at a lot of different things. And then that's how I narrowed it down to areas of those states. And then I started looking online at properties and looking at the cost per acre. And some areas were just really expensive. Like, I don't think I can afford this for what I want. So, any case, but I did make a checklist of things that were very important to me. Like I wanted 20 acres or more, and I wanted to be near a water source of some sort. I wanted rolling topography, things like that. So, anyway, so I started looking at properties, and then if that met all my checklists, then I would get very serious about that property and do some look at comps and see what is the property really worth. And I also did a lot of praying too. I am a believer, and so that was very important to me. So I came across a piece of property, it met all my checks on my checklist, and I put in an offer. They countered, and then I countered, and it all worked out really well, and it went through escrow, and then I ended up buying the property. So one thing I want to caution you on is I would not be looking at property on the internet and not seeing it in person, but because of my work schedule and living in California, it was very difficult. So I just went ahead and I prayed about it again and went for it. Also, another thing too, if you're not hooked up to a sewer, the property you're looking at, make sure you get it perked, because if you can't get a septic in there, you can be very limited on what you could do with that property. So make sure it can perk. So those are 2 things I would caution you on. But if you ever thought about buying pieces of property or property, I ended up buying 30 acres of forest. But if you want to buy something with a little house on it or something, I would tell you to go for it. And I think homesteading is going to be a rewarding experience. So I'm going to take you on this journey. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I will go through take you on my journey from forest to farm. Literally 30 acres of forest to a farm. Thank you.